Yo, what's going on YouTube? My name is Bradyoactiv, and before we get started, guys, I'm just gonna break the fourth wall and be completely honest with you. This is like the third time I've re-recorded this video from scratch. If it affects my commentary in any way, I apologize, guys, but man, I have been running into technical issues. But with my little soapbox story out of the way, we are here with week 3 of the last battle circuit, otherwise known as the LBC for short, and we have taken on SinXRealize, otherwise known as SinXRealize, otherwise known as the thing you wash your hands in, and the Toronto Tyrantrums. I got that out of my mouth without stuttering over it. I'm impressed with myself. So I don't have much to say, guys, other than if you would like, check out the Iowa Hawluchas t-shirts if you got the extra cash to spare and you would like to support hopefully your favorite team. Feel free to do so. No requirement, but just like I said, the option is there for you if you would like. Something I want to do with this video that's a little bit different is I actually want to go over the teams and talk about what I brought and why I brought it. I haven't really done that in the last couple of videos, and I feel like it would be informative for you guys. So why don't we go ahead and do that? I'm going to start off by rolling through the mons that Sin has on his team, which include Celesteela, Thunderous Therian, Azelf, Dawnfan, Espeon, Umbreon, Druddigon, Hitmontop, Quillfish, Camerupt, and Mega Venusaur. Let me go ahead and go over the mons that I brought this week. You guys are gonna have to excuse me. Every bit of space is utilized by the top screen on this game, so I don't really have a place to put my webcam when reviewing these. I hope you guys can forgive me for that. But we brought Zeraora this week with Plasma Fists, Close Combat, Hidden Power, and Fake Out on it. The fastest mon on Sin's team is Azelf, so we have just enough speed investment on Zeraora to outpace that. And then as a result, it also outpaces the rest of his team, unless there's a Scarf on it. We got Plasma Fists on it because, duh, it's a Zeraora. It's absolutely its best stab move. We got Close Combat on it for any coverage other than that. Hidden Power this week is Hidden Power Water. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Because we didn't have to invest as many EVs into speed, I actually turned around, just went ahead and invested them all into special attack. Zeraora, that third move slot really just, it didn't need anything. To be truthful with you guys on all the calcs that I ran. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to run the Hidden Power Water, and if the camera up comes in against this thing, I'm just going to click Hidden Power, and it's going to knock it out. Which is cool. And then we got Fake Out on it. Azelf typically carries Focus Sash, so my idea is that we see the Azelf, Zeraora can fake it out. The next mon that I brought is Birdbrain, the Tornadus Therian with Hurricane, Knockoff, U-Turn, and Defog. This is our Z-Move user this week. This is the first time that I brought a Z-Move user, at least it's the first time that I brought a Z-Move user that I can remember bringing a Z-Move user. I think there was one on the team last week, but I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. My buddy Jacob has always, for the most part, built that team, so shout out to him. These other two teams I've completely built myself, so I have a little bit better grasp on what they have on them and why I brought them. The Z Hurricane is for the Mega Venusaur this week, guys. On a completely maxed out HP special defense Mega Venusaur with a special defense benefiting nature, Z Hurricane is absolutely going to bop that thing, which is great. Other than that, it is a fairly standard Tornado set with Knockoff, U-Turn, and Defog. Knockoff because it's just a good move to bring if you happen to have the move slot to put it on. U-Turn to pivot out and get some chip damage on it, and Defog for hazard removal in case we need it. We brought the Slowbro this week with Scald, Psychic, Slack Off, and Thunderwave. This is kind of a defensive pivot slash wall slash whatever the heck you want to call it. We can bring it in, potentially inflict some status conditions with Thunderwave or Scald. We have Psychic on it for the Mega Venusaur, and then Slack Off so that we can play the Stally recovery game with the Mega Venusaur if Venu wants to try and go for Synthesis. This thing is also speed invested just enough to outpace a typical Dawnfan, because I can, that's why. We brought Mega Mawile with Swords Dance, Play Rough, Thunder Punch, and Knockoff on it. Thunder Punch does max 81% on a high roll to Celesteela. And then if we can manage to get the Sword Dance off, it'll bop that thing. Outside of that, Play Rough kills like 5 of the Mons on his team, and then Knock Off, again, just because it's a good move to bring. We got Gudra. This Mon has Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, Ice Beam, and Toxic on it. It's Sap Sipper with a choice specs. This Mon is pretty much meant to be brought in on Mega Venusaur or Celesteela because it can absorb the Leech Seed that both of those Mons like to run. And then it can sit there and just fire off big damage with one of its 3 attacking moves. We also brought Toxic on it in case there's a window to go ahead and fire one of those off. And the last Mon that we brought is Crocodile with Stealth Rock, Knock Off, Earthquake, and Stone Edge on it. Stealth Rock, again, kind of like Toxic on the Gudra. If there's a window to fire it off, I will. But we're not going to prioritize Stealth Rocks this week because he has 3 hazard removers. And then he also has Espeon, which can carry Magic Bounce. So I'm not too worried about trying to get any sort of hazards up this week, but it's there if we can. Knock Off, again, because it's Knock Off. Earthquake, because it's Earthquake. The primary reason why I'm bringing this Mon is for Stone Edge, because Crocodile will absolutely bop the Thunderous. So, yeah, man, that's the team this week. So why don't we go ahead and check out the battle and what Sin brought and how things went down, man. So, you're going to see that Sin this week brought the Azelf, the Espeon, the Hitmontop, the Donphan, the Celesteela, and the Thunderous Therian. The first thing you're going to notice about this team, and the first thing that I noticed during the actual battle was that there's no Mega Venusaur. So all that preparation that I did for Mega Venusaur this week is just wasn't needed, but I was super relieved not to see it, man. So Sin is gonna go ahead and challenge us here, and he is gonna lead off with the Azelf, which I absolutely thought would potentially be the case. So we're gonna lead with the Zero Aura. This was the plan. It was to go ahead and click Fake Out first turn, knowing we would outspeed it, and I mean, Fake Out is also priority, but we outspeed it regardless. We're going to break that sash, and then we're going to be able to go ahead and fire off the Plasma Fist and absolutely destroy this thing's life. So, within the first couple of turns, guys, we are already ahead of the game. He's got one of his Mons knocked out, and we've got none of our Mons knocked out. So he's going to swap in to Hitmontop here, get the Intimidate drop. I'm actually going to switch out of the Zero Aura here because we got the Intimidate drop, and also because I don't want Zero Aura to take any more life or damage for right now. And switch into Slowbro as he goes for Rapid Spin. My thought was Slowbro, I can Psychic for damage, I can fire off a Thunder Wave if I need to, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit Scald, predicting that he's going to switch. He swaps into the Celesteela here, so this thing is going to take a Scald, and we're going to get a little bit of damage off. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the burn, though. We see that it's got the leftovers on it. And then he's going to fire off Leech Seed. Mildly annoying that he gets the Leech Seed off, but it's kind of whatever. I go for Thunder Wave here to try and cripple this thing a little bit. And then as he gets more leftovers, so he's gonna get leftovers, he's gonna get Seed Recovery. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna swap this next turn. Sometimes I feel like I should speed these battle videos up, but then I feel like they'd be going so fast that I wouldn't be able to keep up with them. So bear with me a little bit, guys. We're gonna swap into Mawile here. We're gonna get the Intimidate drop. He's gonna go for Heavy Slam, which is gonna do a little bit of, or a decent chunk to Mawile. And then he's gonna go ahead and get his leftovers and his Seed Recovery again. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna decide to risk it. It was risky because Celesteela can carry Flamethrower. So that could have potentially hurt, but we managed to get the Swords Dance off, which is awesome. He gets another Leech Seed up, but we're going for the big Thunder Punch here, man, because it's gonna knock this thing out. He's gonna get fully parried this next turn. Yeah, that sucks. but we get the Thunder Punch off and it knocks out the Celesteela. So now he is down 2 mons, I believe. Yeah, two mons. So we're 6 to 4 now. We've had a great first couple of turns. He's gonna swap back into the Hitmontop. He's gonna fake out. I clicked Play Rough this turn because even with the Intimidate attack drop being back to just +0 in attack, Play Rough would have still killed. He goes for Bullet Punch here just to get a little bit more damage off, but it really doesn't touch Mawile at all. We managed to get that Play Rough off, and it knocks out the Hitmontop. 3 mons down, man. Obviously, I'm feeling great at this point. I'm like, dude, this battle is way in my favor. He swaps in to the Donphan. I'm actually going to go ahead and swap out here, thinking that he might click Earthquake, which absolutely would have killed Mawile. He actually goes for Knockoff, which is a good play on his end because, you know, it probably was fairly obvious that Mawile was going to swap out. Like I told you guys during the team recap, I invested just enough speed into Slowbro to actually outpace Donphan, so we managed to get a Scald off on it, as he goes for Knockoff again just to get quite a bit of damage off on the Slowbro. With a high roll here on Scald, we killed the Donphan, which is super awesome. I don't know in what world that Slowbro typically kills Donphan, but apparently that happens in our world. So, he switches into the Thundurus. At this point, I kind of want to free switch in to Crocodile. So, I'm just going to start clicking Scalds here and sack off the Slowbro, expecting him to eventually attack it, which he absolutely does. He goes for the Dark Pulse, and Slowbro goes down. Whether I needed to let the thing die or not, I don't know, but it gave us, like I said, it gave us a free switch. I can go into Are You Okay, Annie here, and I can just start clicking Stone Edge. Thundurus does typically run Hidden Power Ice, so that would have been a problem, but it still wouldn't have killed Crocodile even if he did. He swapped into the Espeon here, and you guys saw that Stone Edge did miss that turn. He sets up a Reflect to probably try and mitigate some of the damage that Stone Edge would have done. We kill the Espeon with a Knockoff and get our Moxie boost, and he is just down to Thundurus at this point. So I actually forgot about the Moxie boost during the battle and started calcing and everything for the -2 attack drop that Reflect sets up. It would have done 76% on a max roll with Reflect, but but I calced Moxie. Moxie kills it. You guys will see here in a second that we actually got the crit with Stone Edge. And I thought it mattered, but it didn't. So we clicked Stone Edge, it goes down. You guys saw that he clicked Black Hole Eclipse there. He probably just wanted to fire that off because he brought it and he wanted to see the cool animation. I don't know, man. But we go ahead and take a 5-0 win against Sin this week. It was a fairly quick battle, man. I'm super happy because that actually puts us back into a positive differential. We're +1 now. We had to take that 6-0 loss against Dietite, so we were at -4 at that point. So I'm happy about that. I don't want to gloat too much because in talking with Sin before these battles happened, it did sound like, it was. His front office and everything bailed on him, so he had to completely build him himself, and he didn't really have as much time as he probably would have liked to build, so I kind of feel bad in that case. Regardless, though, a 5-0 win does feel really good. But I want you guys to check out the description. The link to Sin's channel will be there. Make sure that you guys check out his side of the battle as well and support him and give him some likes and stuff. I'm sure he would really appreciate it. Once more, if you guys want to check out the shirts, they're there. Would super appreciate it if you would. That's, I think, pretty much all I have this week. We take on Aaron and the Infernapes, Calgary Infernapes. Let me actually double check that. I might be getting that team name wrong. I just don't want to give you guys false information. Yeah, the Calgary Infernapes is the team name this week. So hopefully you guys are stoked for that. Other than that, that's all I got, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button for more battles and other Pokemon content. And without further ado, guys, peace.